The crazy seller's market is now over and more homes are starting to flood the market. Gone are the days when a seller would put a home on a market and it would get like 20 offers the first day. Today I'm going to show you the signs of the housing slowdown and potentially the housing crash. My name is Tommy. Let's do this. I want to show you this first article from Redfin here. Home buyer competition falls to lowest level in over a year. This is pretty big news, guys. 61% of home offers faced bidding wars in April. That's down from 63% a month earlier and 67% a year earlier, as surging mortgage rates prompted buyers to drop out. Okay, so it's funny, right? 6% between this year and last year. It doesn't sound like a big drop, but this is like a national average across the entire country. I'm going to show you when you actually check out local markets, we're seeing like 15-20% drops in home buying activity. Nationwide, 60.7% of all home offers written by Redfin agents encountered competition on a seasonally adjusted basis in April, the lowest level since March 2021. That's down from the revised rate of 63.4% a month earlier and 67.4% a year earlier, and marks the second consecutive monthly decline. Check out this chart. It shows home buyer competition drops to lowest level in over a year. You could see the second month consecutive decline in the marketplace, and you could see we're on this downward trajectory. It's been going up for a long time, but with mortgage rates getting so high and unaffordability, we're going to start to see this, I think, go even lower and lower. And these multiple offers, that's going to become a thing of the past. The housing market has softened in recent weeks because mortgage rates have surged to their highest level in more than a decade as the government tries to quell inflation. The average 30-year fixed mortgage rate is now 5.3%. Up from 3.76% at the start of March and a record low of 2.65% in January 2021. If you purchased a home around January 2021 at an interest rate that was lower than 3%, you really lucked out and you locked into an incredible rate that we're not going to see for a long time. And you could see what interest rates have actually done to people's just payments and affordability. Homebuyer mortgage payments surged 44% year over year. I mean, that's just insane. Look at the normal years, right? 2020. Well, I don't know if it was normal because the Fed funds rate was at zero, and that's what made sort of all this craziness happen with borrowing being so cheap, and that sort of led to prices going out of control. I mean, a lot of factors, but you could just see here in 2020, 2021, mortgage payments were pretty steady. You know, interest rates weren't really fluctuating that much, but just here, look at this. And this year alone, between January to where we're at now, I mean, it's a really unaffordable, 44%. The meteoric rise in mortgage rates is prompting more house hunters to back out of the market, causing competition to cool, says this chief economist, Daryl. Higher rates are also limiting home buyers' ability to significantly bid up home prices, meaning some homes aren't selling for as much over asking price as they would have a year ago. This could help set off a slowdown in home price growth in the coming months. We'll see, before interest rates are so low, you could just put in an offer 20,000 over, 50,000 over, 100,000 over. It wouldn't really increase your payment that much because your interest rate was so low. But now, with pricing just being so high and interest rates so high, you're paying a lot more interest every month on that principal. So if you're bidding a lot over, it's just going to be just too unaffordable and you can't even get that house. So the drop-off in bidding wars is one of the many signs that the housing market is slowing. Pending home sales are down 6% year over year, the largest drop since June 2020, and mortgage applications are down 8%. Almost 1 out of every 10 home buyer that would be getting a home, they're gone. They're priced out of the market. Home tours and online housing searches are also falling, and the share of home sellers dropping their asking prices is at a 7-month high of 16%. 16%, guys, of home sellers dropping their asking prices. Let me know in the comments, are you seeing price drops in your market? I mean, 16%, I think we're going to start seeing this even. This number is going to go higher. It's probably 30, 40, 50% by the end of this year, with home sellers dropping their prices because buyers just can't pay the prices where they're at now. And this is really interesting, guys. Riverside, California, okay, that's actually the market I'm in, Riverside County. 42% of home offers written by Redfin agents face competition in April, down 64% a year earlier, okay? 22 percentage points decline was the largest among 36 U.S. metropolitan areas in this analysis, okay? So we're seeing a 22% decline in home buying competition, and that's why, when you look at the national average, it might not seem like that big of a decline in home competition. And some of these numbers, they seem a lot less, but when you look at certain markets, we're seeing like dramatic declines in prices, in offers hitting the market. This just came out as well. Sellers rush to find buyers as demand weakens, right? Home buyers may finally start to notice signs that the market is shifting toward their favor. More sellers came to market during the 4 weeks ending May 15. New listings climbed nearly twice as fast as they did the same time basically last year. And the share of listings with a price drop rose to its highest level in 2.5 years. So more listings coming on the market and more drops in home prices are occurring. Mortgage applications are down, which we read about. Still, desirable homes are getting scooped up at a record pace, a median 15 days on market. Rising mortgage rates have caused the housing market to shift. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing this shift take place. And now home sellers are in a hurry to find a buyer before demand weakens further. Not only are more homes hitting the market each week, but sellers are dropping their price at rates not seen since before the pandemic. This sudden pressure on sellers is good news for those home buyers who could still afford to buy at today's higher mortgage rates. These trends point to an even cooler market this summer. So, that's what we're seeing, right? If you have your home on the market, well, as I mentioned, 1 out of 10 buyers are already out. I would even say 30 to 40% of potential buyers have now been wiped out because of the higher interest rates. So sellers want to take advantage of the hot market before interest rates go to 6, 7, 8% for 30-year fixed rate mortgages. How many buyers do you think there will be then? And you can really see here, Redfin Homebuyer Demand Index, right? Negative 8% year over year. So look at this right here, okay? 8%. So you see this home buyer demand index just from the beginning of the year, we're seeing it drop, and I think we're going to see it past this 2020 marker right here, and it's just gonna continue on a decline, guys, throughout this year. Okay, you can see 4% of listings had price drops from the beginning of this year to where we are now. It's at 4.5% almost, and I think this is just going to continue to increase. As interest rates rise, less home buyer demand, more sellers are going to get anxious and want to, offload their home because there's just no demand anymore. By the way, if you like future deals on real estate, make sure you hit that like button because they're coming soon. Thanks. And this is one of the reasons why they're coming. I think it's possible that the 30-year fixed rate mortgage is going to be as high as 7% by the end of this year. We know that the Fed, they have to fight inflation, okay? And they already stated that they will be increasing the federal funds rate by at least 100 basis points more by the end of this year. Now, I think personally, this is going to have a dramatic effect on the cost of borrowing and eventually trickle down to mortgage rates having a lot higher interest rates. All that buyer demand will start to disappear, and there just is not going to be as many people left to buy all the homes on the market. And we're already seeing sellers starting to do price cuts, put their homes on the market to take advantage of the all-time high prices. If you are in the market to buy real estate, things are about to move in your favor in the next couple months. I think in the next 12 to 24 months, there's going to be some incredible deals. So don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date on the housing market. And thank you so much for watching again.